Hello and welcome. We embark on a journey into the heart of Europe to a land sculpted by ancient ice. Here, nestled amongst the towering titans of the Alps, lies Switzerland, a nation defined by its breathtaking landscapes, a mosaic of soaring peaks, verdant valleys, and crystalline lakes, shaping the culture, the people, and the very soul of the communities that call these mountains home. Our expedition seeks out the quiet, hidden jewels scattered across this alpine wonderland. These are the Swiss villages, small pockets of civilization that cling to mountainsides. We are about to peel back the curtain on some of the most beautiful, most enchanting of these settlements. Prepare to be transported. It is a narrative woven from the threads of history, nature, and human spirit. Our journey is about understanding what makes these places so profoundly special. So, settle in and let us begin our ascent. The adventure starts now as we unveil the first of these extraordinary Swiss villages. Our journey begins in Lauterbrunnen, a valley of mythic beauty. Descending into its depths, the world transforms. Colossal limestone cliffs rise vertically. Carved by ancient glaciers, it's a sanctuary of unparalleled splendor. The scale is humbling, connecting you to the earth's raw power. Every glance reveals a new spectacle. 72 waterfalls cascade into the valley, a mesmerizing performance. Arriving in Lauterbrunnen is a multi-sensory experience. The sound, a gentle roar of waterfalls, fills the valley. It's an unforgettable overture to the wonders within. At the heart of this grand spectacle is the Staubach Falls, an icon of Switzerland. Plunging nearly 300 meters, it's one of the highest free-falling waterfalls in Europe. It dissolves into a fine mist, a veil that drifts and dances on the wind. There is a spiritual quality to the Staubach Falls, a sense of timelessness and grace. Venture deeper and you discover its hidden counterpart, the Trimmelbach Falls. Trommelbach is a testament to the hidden power of water. 10 glacial waterfalls thunder through the narrow chasm. The roar is immense, a deafening, echoing thunder that vibrates through your entire body. Together, they represent the duality of water's nature, a perfect symphony played out in the valley of Lauterbrunnen. Nestled safely on the valley floor, amidst this overwhelming display of natural power, lies the village of Lauterbrunnen itself. It's really a picture of perfect alpine tranquility, just a small cluster of traditional wooden chalets and a slender church spire pointing towards the heavens. Life here unfolds at a gentler pace, governed by the rhythms of nature that surround it. The village feels less like a town and more like a garden, with meticulously tended flower boxes overflowing with vibrant geraniums and petunias, adding splashes of vivid red and pink against the dark, weathered wood of the houses. Walking through the main street is a journey back in time. The architecture is a testament to centuries of alpine living, with low-pitched roofs designed to hold the heavy winter snow and ornate carvings decorating the wooden facades. There is a sense of community here, a quiet resilience born from living in such a powerful landscape. The air is free from the clamor of a city. Instead, it carries the scent of wood smoke from a distant chimney, the aroma of freshly baked bread from the local bakery, and the faint, sweet smell of hay from the surrounding meadows. And then there is that other quintessential Swiss sound, the gentle, melodic clanging of cowbells. In the lush green pastures that flank the village, herds of contented dairy cows graze peacefully. Each bell has a slightly different tone, creating a random, harmonious chiming that drifts across the valley. It's a sound that speaks of tradition, of agriculture, and of a simple pastoral existence. It is the sound of peace, a musical accompaniment to the visual splendor of the landscape, grounding the epic scale of the cliffs and waterfalls in the simple reality of rural life. This is the essence of Lauterbrunnen's charm, the seamless blending of the monumental with the miniature. It's a place where you can stand in awe of a 300-meter waterfall one moment, and the next, find delight in the intricate details of a hand-carved balcony or the quiet industry of a bee pollinating a wildflower. The village does not try to compete with its surroundings. It complements them, offering a warm, human-scale sanctuary in the midst of nature's grandest theater. It is a place to breathe, to listen, and to simply be. From the deep embrace of the valley, our journey now takes us upward to a village that lives face to face with some of the most formidable mountains on the planet. We arrive in Grindelwald, often called the Glacier Village. It rests not in a narrow trough, but upon a wide, sun-drenched terrace, a grandstand seat in a spectacular natural amphitheater. The backdrop here is not one of sheer cliffs, but of legendary peaks, a jagged and awe-inspiring skyline dominated by the infamous north face of the Eiger alongside its mighty companions, the Schreckhorn and the Wetterhorn. The presence of these mountains is absolute and all-encompassing. They are not a distant view, they are a part of the village itself, their immense, brooding faces of rock and ice seeming close enough to touch. The Eiger's north face, in particular, exerts a powerful pull. It's a sheer 2,000-meter wall of crumbling limestone and treacherous ice fields, a place of mountaineering legend and tragedy. To gaze upon it is to feel a sense of profound respect for the raw, untamed power of the high Alps, a vertical world that has challenged and captivated humanity for generations. The village of Grindelwald spreads itself out along the gentle slope, a collection of charming timber-clad chalets that seem to have grown organically from the landscape. Unlike the contained village of Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald is more expansive, its houses and farms dotting the hillsides, each one positioned to capture the magnificent panorama. It feels open, airy, and bathed in light. The scale is grander, the views more panoramic, offering a 360-degree spectacle that changes dramatically with the shifting light of the day, from the crisp alpine glow of dawn to the soft purple hues of twilight. Life in Grindelwald is lived in the shadow and the light of these giants. The mountains are a constant presence, a source of inspiration, recreation, and livelihood. They dictate the weather, shape the culture, and provide the stunning canvas upon which the daily life of the village is painted. There is a palpable energy here, a sense of adventure and vitality that springs from this close proximity to the high peaks. It's a place that invites you not just to look, but to explore, to engage with the magnificent wilderness that lies at its very doorstep. The spirit of Grindelwald is intrinsically linked to the act of walking. From the village center, a vast network of trails spiders out in every direction, offering pathways into the heart of this alpine paradise. There are over 300 kilometers of marked hiking trails, ranging from gentle, contemplative strolls through wildflower meadows to challenging alpine treks that lead to the very edge of the glaciers. To walk here is to immerse oneself completely in the landscape, to feel the crunch of gravel underfoot and breathe in the fragrant scent of pine and alpine herbs. These trails are more than just routes. They are lifelines that connect the village to its past and its present. They follow ancient paths once used by farmers and shepherds to move their livestock to high summer pastures. As you walk, you pass by centuries-old farmhouses, their timbers darkened by the sun, and hear the familiar melodic clang of cowbells from unseen herds. The trails lead you through dense forests of fir and larch, which suddenly open up to reveal yet another breathtaking vista of the snow-dusted peaks, each turn in the path offering a new and stunning composition. The culture of Grindelwald is one of warm, open hospitality, forged by a long history of welcoming visitors who come to marvel at its mountains. The locals, many of whom can trace their family roots in the village back for centuries, possess a quiet pride and a deep connection to their environment. They are storytellers, ready to share tales of the first ascents of the Eiger or the folklore associated with the surrounding peaks. This friendly, welcoming atmosphere is palpable in the bustling village center, where cafes and shops do a lively trade, and the air buzzes with a cheerful international chatter. This blend of vibrant tourism and deep-rooted tradition creates a unique and dynamic culture. You can spend the morning on a state-of-the-art cable car, soaring effortlessly towards a mountain summit, and the afternoon watching a local farmer skillfully scything a steep meadow by hand, a practice unchanged for generations. It's this juxtaposition of the modern and the ancient, the adventurous and the pastoral that gives Grindelwald its distinctive character. It's a village that has embraced the future without ever losing sight of its rich, mountainous heritage. The architectural heart of Grindelwald lies in its beautiful chalets. These are not simply houses. They are works of folk art, embodying a style that is both practical and honestly deeply romantic. Built almost entirely of wood, they are designed to withstand the rigors of an alpine climate. The wide overhanging eaves protect the walls from heavy snow and rain, while the sturdy timber construction provides insulation against the cold. Each chalet tells a story, its weathered wood bearing the patina of countless seasons, a testament to the enduring craft of the local builders. What truly sets them apart is the attention to detail. Balconies are adorned with intricate hand-carved balustrades, their patterns often unique to a particular family or builder. Window boxes, a feature seen throughout Switzerland, are cultivated here with a particular passion, creating cascades of brilliant color that spill over the carved railings. In summer, these vibrant displays of geraniums, petunias, and begonias stand in stunning contrast to the dark wood of the chalets and the deep green of the surrounding meadows, creating a scene of idyllic beauty. Inside, these chalets offer a sense of warmth and refuge, a concept the Swiss call Gemütlichkeit. This feeling of coziness and contentment is central to the Alpine way of life. Imagine returning from a long hike in the mountains, the air growing cool as evening descends. You step inside a chalet to the warmth of a crackling fire, the scent of pine wood, and the promise of a hearty meal. It is this feeling of sanctuary, of being safe and sheltered from the elemental power of the mountains outside, that makes the chalet experience so deeply comforting and memorable. This charm extends from the private homes to the villages, guest houses, and hotels, many of which are housed in traditional chalet-style buildings. They offer a genuine connection to the place, allowing visitors to experience this unique way of life firsthand. To stay in a Grindelwald chalet is to be enveloped in the village's character, to wake up to the sight of the Eiger from your wooden balcony, and to fall asleep to the sound of absolute mountain silence. It is an integral part of the magic of Grindelwald, a living tradition that continues to define this remarkable glacier village. Here, in the heart of the Pennine Alps, the Matterhorn reigns. An iconic symbol of raw power, its pyramidal form pierces the sky. The first light sets its face ablaze. A living entity, it breathes with the seasons, its moods as varied as the weather. Below, nestled in the Mattertal, lies Zermatt, a village that has learned to live in harmony with the giant. For centuries, a remote farming community, resilience and respect for the mountain shaped their lives. The Matterhorn's presence is all-encompassing, a constant reminder of nature's grandeur. Its shadow touches every home. To live here is to understand you are part of an ancient story, written in stone and ice. A curious tranquility pervades the air in Zermatt, a stillness that is almost startling in a world so often dominated by the clamor of machines. The reason for this profound peace becomes apparent as one wanders through its streets. There are no cars here, no rumbling engines, no blaring horns, no clouds of exhaust fumes. By a remarkable act of collective will, the villagers have banished the internal combustion engine from their domain, preserving a sanctuary of sound and clean air that is exceptionally rare in the 21st century. It is a decision that has fundamentally shaped the character of this unique habitat. In place of automobiles, a fleet of small, silent electric vehicles hums discreetly through the lanes. These are the taxis, the delivery vans, the lifeblood of the village, moving with a futuristic whisper that barely disturbs the peace. They glide past pedestrians and horse-drawn carriages like diligent, unobtrusive insects, performing their duties without imposing on the soundscape. This commitment to a quieter, cleaner way of life is not merely a gimmick for tourists. It is a deeply ingrained philosophy, a conscious choice to prioritize the natural alpine atmosphere over modern convenience. The result is a sensory experience unlike any other. The dominant sounds are those of nature and of human life lived at a more gentle pace. The cheerful chatter of people strolling arm in arm, the distant, melodic clang of a church bell marking the hour, the soft crunch of footsteps on snow or cobblestone. And above all, there is the ever-present sound of water, the lifeblood of the Alps, trickling from ornate fountains, rushing in the Vispa river that bisects the village, a constant, soothing murmur that underscores the profound silence. This car-free existence encourages a different rhythm of life, a slower, more observant way of being. It forces one to walk, to meander, to engage with the surroundings on a more intimate level. You notice the intricate carvings on a centuries-old chalet, the vibrant colors of geraniums spilling from a window box, the subtle shifts of light on the mountain faces. The absence of traffic noise allows the mind to quieten, to attune itself to the gentler frequencies of this extraordinary place, fostering a sense of peace that is both restorative and profound. As the alpine sun begins its descent, casting long, cool shadows across the valley, the village of Zermatt reveals another facet of its character. A warm, inviting glow begins to emanate from the windows of its many cafes and inns, beckoning travelers in from the crisp mountain air. These establishments are the social heart of the community, sanctuaries of warmth and conviviality where stories are shared and friendships are forged. The aroma of freshly ground coffee, of melting cheese for fondue, and of wood smoke from a crackling fireplace drifts into the streets, a powerful and comforting invitation. Inside, the atmosphere is one of Gemütlichkeit, a uniquely German term for a state of coziness, contentment, and good cheer. Low beamed ceilings, walls of aged pine, and sturdy wooden furniture create a space that feels both rustic and deeply reassuring. Here, amidst the soft murmur of conversation and the clinking of glasses, locals and visitors mingle, their faces illuminated by the soft, flickering light of candles. It is in these moments, sheltered from the immense and sometimes intimidating scale of the surrounding wilderness, that the true warmth of the human spirit can be felt. And moving through these spaces, one might be lucky enough to witness a sight of remarkable cultural beauty. Women of the village, sometimes for a special occasion or simply as a proud expression of their heritage, can be seen in traditional dress. The intricate embroidery on their blouses, the rich velvet of their bodices, and the crisp white of their aprons speak of a tradition passed down through countless generations. Their presence is a living link to the village's past, a vibrant thread of history woven into the fabric of daily life, a display of cultural resilience as enduring as the mountains themselves. This interplay of elements, the majestic, formidable nature outside and the warm, human-centric refuge within, is what defines the unique alpine atmosphere of Zermatt. It is a place of powerful contrasts where one can spend a day humbled by the sheer scale of the mountains and an evening comforted by the simple pleasure of a hot drink and good company. It is a reminder that even in the shadow of giants, humanity has an incredible capacity to create small, perfect worlds of warmth, beauty, and enduring community. High above the Lauterbrunnen Valley, we find Wengen, a sanctuary sculpted by time and nature. The Alps unfold, a panorama of giants, the Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau, their peaks piercing the heavens. Arriving in Wengen is stepping into a different rhythm, dictated by the sun across the alpine skyline. The village is a car-free haven where the loudest sounds are cheerful chatter and distant cowbells. Wooden chalets with vibrant geraniums huddled together, weathered by sun and snow. One can spend hours gazing at clouds drifting across the mountains, revealing their majestic forms. It is a living masterpiece that captivates and inspires. Wengen is more than a place. It's an immersion where nature stills the mind and opens the heart. The journey to Wengen is part of its enchantment. There are no roads. Access is granted only by the Wengenalbahn. This historic cogwheel railway begins its slow ascent. The rhythmic clatter announces your departure from the ordinary. The train winds upwards, clinging to the steep mountainside. It is a journey through time. As the train climbs, the world transforms. The formidable north face of the Eiger comes into view. This is a pilgrimage, a shedding of the concerns of the world below. And then you arrive. You are greeted by the magnificent panorama of Wengen. The journey elevates your perspective. Wandering Wengen's lanes is like stepping into a living museum of alpine architecture. The village, a tapestry of weathered wood and colorful flowers, showcases a way of life unchanged for centuries. Houses, some dating back generations, tell stories of families who call this mountain home. The pace of life is dictated by the seasons. In summer, meadows burst with wildflowers. The gentle music of cowbells is the heartbeat of the Swiss Alps. As autumn turns to winter, a peaceful silence descends. The village transforms into a winter wonderland. Warm light spills from windows, creating a cozy atmosphere. This cyclical rhythm lends Wengen its timeless quality. It's a place to reconnect with nature and a simpler way of being. We journey to Appenzell, a region of gentle, rolling hills. The heart of this land is its main village, also named Appenzell, where color and tradition are woven into daily life. The buildings are a feast for the eyes, their facades painted in vibrant hues, adorned with intricate frescoes and whimsical murals that depict scenes from local history and rural life. Traditions here are a living, breathing part of the present. One might witness the Landsgemeinde, an open-air assembly where citizens vote by a show of hands. These customs are cherished and maintained. Appenzell has an authenticity that is profoundly moving. Appenzell stands as a vibrant testament to the beauty of cultural distinction and the enduring power of tradition. The landscape that cradles the village of Appenzell is as distinctive as the village itself. These are not the intimidating, sheer-faced giants of the high Alps, but a gentler, more intimate kind of mountain. The hills roll and swell in soft, verdant waves, their slopes dotted with immaculate farms and contented-looking cows, their bells providing a constant, soothing soundtrack to the scenery. This is a pastoral idyll, a landscape that speaks of cultivation, care, and a long and peaceful coexistence between humanity and nature. It is a land that feels both managed and yet profoundly wild. Exploring this countryside reveals a network of hiking trails that meander through lush meadows and shady forests, offering ever-changing perspectives of the bucolic scenery. Every crest of a hill reveals a new vista, a cluster of farmhouses nestled in a hollow, the distant shimmer of Lake Constance, or the dramatic silhouette of the Alpstein Massif rising abruptly from the gentle hills. This juxtaposition of the soft and the severe, the pastoral and the precipitous, is what gives the Appenzeller land its unique character and its captivating beauty. It is a landscape of delightful contrasts. Life here follows an agricultural rhythm that has been established for generations. The making of the famous Appenzeller cheese is a craft steeped in tradition, its secret herbal brine, a closely guarded recipe passed down through the centuries. The prosperity of the land is directly linked to the health of its pastures and the well-being of its herds. This deep practical connection to the earth fosters a sense of stewardship and respect for the natural environment that is evident in the pristine condition of the countryside. Nothing is wasted, everything has its place in the cycle of life. This rhythm extends to the people themselves. There is a calmness and a contentedness that seems to emanate from the landscape. It is a place that encourages a slower, more deliberate pace of life, where there is time to appreciate the simple pleasures, the taste of fresh cheese, the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of the wind in the trees. The rolling hills of Appenzell are not just a backdrop. They are an active participant in the life of the region, shaping its culture, its economy, and the very soul of its people. It is a truly harmonious relationship. At the very heart of Appenzell beats the lively pulse of its village square, the Landsgemeindeplatz. This is more than just an open space. It is the communal living room of the village. On market days, it bustles with activity as farmers sell their produce and artisans display their crafts. The festivals of Appenzell are a spectacular expression of this community spirit. Perhaps the most visually stunning is the seasonal ascent and descent of the cattle to and from the alpine pastures. Farmers and their families don their traditional dress, and the cows themselves are adorned with huge, ornate bells and floral headdresses. It is a procession of sound and color that celebrates its pastoral heritage. These celebrations are an authentic and deeply felt expression of cultural identity. These events serve to reinforce the bonds of the community, reminding everyone of their shared history and their collective future. It is in these moments that the soul of Appenzell is laid bare. This vibrant communal life is the glue that holds the village together. Our journey through these Swiss villages comes to an end. We've traveled from Lauterbrunnen's valleys to the Matterhorn in Zermatt and the balconies of Wengen and Grindelwald. Each village, a jewel in the Alps, has its own story. They show the power of nature and human culture. A village is a living entity with a rhythm and soul. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. Share your favorite village in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for more breathtaking destinations. Until our next expedition, goodbye.